Hi, welcome to our Arlington 55 Plus video today on mood boosting foods. My name is Tori Gwilliam, registered dietitian nutritionist, and today we are going to make salmon with a blueberry balsamic glaze, and we're discussing how foods can improve our mood. The field of nutritional psychiatry is growing. It's a relatively new field, and its primary focus is how does food affect our emotional health? Lots more research is needed, but there are some promising studies. When we are feeling down and may experience some negative emotions, it's very common for us to reach toward some comfort foods. These foods tend to have high fat, high calorie, high sugar. They do give our bodies a feel-good response in the immediate. However, it may lead to negative emotions long-term. So the key to sustaining positive emotions is to eat a balanced diet. You want to consume foods from all 5 food groups. That's our protein, our vegetables, fruits, dairy, and carbohydrates. You want to have different foods from each of those food groups to make sure you're getting adequate vitamins and minerals. You want to make sure you take in adequate amounts of calories each day as well. 20% of all of our caloric needs goes to our brain. So we need to make sure we're consuming enough. Serotonin is a hormone that regulates our sleep, our appetite, and our mood. And there are some distinct connections between food intake and serotonin levels. 90 to 95% of serotonin is actually produced in our GI tract. So taking care of our GI tract is important for our mood. Probiotics, which are fermented foods, and prebiotics, which are fiber-rich foods, can help the gut microbiome. This connection is known as the microbiome gut-brain axis. Also, tryptophan is an amino acid found in most proteins. Tryptophan, especially paired with a carbohydrate, helps the production of serotonin. And finally, folate is a vitamin that's needed in the production of serotonin. So all of those nutrients in particular help our serotonin levels. Some other vitamins and nutrients that are important for brain function that may also have a positive effect on our mood include omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, magnesium, and selenium. So today, as I mentioned, we're making a salmon glazed with a blueberry balsamic sauce. And as we work through this, I'm going to tell you exactly why each of these foods are going to meet our nutrient needs to help us feel better. All right, so for our recipe today, we are making salmon. I have a fillet of salmon. This was a previously frozen one. You can purchase it fresh, whichever you prefer. Salmon is an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. It also is a great source of vitamin D, and it's a protein, which means it contains the amino acid tryptophan. So as I mentioned, all of those nutrients is important for our brain health and function. I'm going to remove the salmon from the package. The nice thing about these frozen ones is that they do come in individual packages, so it's great when you're just cooking for 1 or 2 people. I am going to season my salmon with some salt and pepper. This one has the skin on, so I'm only going to season the side without the skin. If you have a fillet that is skinless, then season both sides. And then I'm going to do a quick spray of my pan. So at home, I would normally just use a non-stick skillet. Put it on medium heat, let it warm up, then add the spray, and then place on your salmon. So this salmon is only going to take about 1 to 2 minutes per side because it's not very thick. If you have a thicker fillet, it may take more like 3 to 4 minutes per side. So while our salmon is beginning to cook, I'm going to talk to you about our blueberry balsamic sauce. So I pre-made this, and you can easily pre-make it at home and store it in the refrigerator. It's not only good on salmon, but it's great on chicken as well. For our blueberry sauce, I finely diced a shallot. I also minced a clove of garlic. Then I heated 1 tablespoon of canola oil in a small saucepan. I sauteed the shallot, sauteed the garlic in with it, added 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, sauteed it until it became fragrant, added 1 cup of blueberries, 1/4 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Brought it up to a boil, let it simmer for about 5 minutes until the blueberries started to burst. And then I actually took a potato masher and mashed up the blueberries even more. And then I covered it with a lid and let it simmer for a full 30 minutes on low to help heighten the flavors, make it very aromatic. So my blueberry sauce is here, ready to go. I am going to take a spatula. You can also use tongs, whichever your preferred method is. Might need to help scoop it up since I have this griddle pan today. And give it a quick flip. Now I'm going to raise the heat because we want that skin side to get nice and crispy and brown. So for this blueberry sauce, what this is bringing to our brain health is blueberries are packed with antioxidants. Antioxidants help reduce the oxidative stress and inflammation in all parts of our body, but our brain as well. And blueberries are packed with fiber, and the fiber acts as a prebiotic in our gut to help with our gut microbiome, which, if you remember, helps with serotonin production. So I'm going to use a basting brush and get some of the sauce on top of our salmon. Give it a nice coat, beautiful purple color. You can hear that sizzle. We just want that to warm through. And I'm going to turn off the burner while I prep our plate. So we're going to serve this with some spinach. So I'm going to lay down some fresh spinach. This is pre-washed. If you prefer sauteed spinach, you can easily throw it into your nonstick pan right alongside your salmon with a little oil and a little garlic. Next, I have my quinoa and brown rice mix. These pouches are super convenient. You just pop it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. But if you prefer to make rice the traditional way, that's no problem. Or even the boil and bag method is great. But this just saves a little extra time and adds to some convenience, whichever your preference is. So I'm going to scoop some of my whole grain mixture here right on top of my spinach. And add my salmon right on top. The whole grain from the brown rice and the quinoa paired with the protein helps that tryptophan be used in the serotonin production. So it's great to pair your whole grains and proteins together. Also, the whole grain and the fruits and the vegetables all have fiber. Again, the prebiotic for your gut microbiome. The spinach is a good source for the magnesium and selenium that's needed for brain health. To finish this off, I'm going to top it with another scoop of our blueberry sauce. Just give it a little drizzle. That drizzled a little further than I expected. A little drizzle right on top, a little extra blueberry. And then finish it off with some toasted almonds right on top. Almonds also are a good source for selenium and magnesium, a good source of protein, which includes the tryptophan, and fiber as well. Presentation is super important. When your food looks good, you feel good. So you want to use real plates. You want to present it so it looks well. The beautiful different colors make it look more appetizing. So even if you're only cooking for 1 to 2 people, it's a great thing to make your food look good, sit down at the table. It gives you that sense of normalcy, and it helps build your mood. And here you have it, salmon with blueberry balsamic glaze. Enjoy this beautiful, delicious, simple, and mood-boosting meal.